What do I hear? What do I see? What are they really to me? What does it mean? Where does it go? My spiritual life will ever show. And so, from the 14th of the 9th month of 1435, I dream of you, Mahanta, may the blessings be, and the Eckankar 1 Discourses, Lesson 6. Page 124 has an Oriental lady wearing a shirt with a design like one of those Chinese-Japanese drawings of a flowing tree with a moon. She sits on a chair or bench with clouds and music notes behind her. Her forehead shines. We have a solar symbol on her head and a lunar symbol on her right breast. The message I get is she puts out music and tranquility while accepting the nature and beauty of night. One can find beauty and tranquility in all sorts of things. One can also endow a practice with qualities of nature and peace, but that doesn't mean that it is automatic or even the sort of these things we should seek. Lesson 6. How to interpret your dreams. It must be a good thing to see dreams as in an integral part, as in an integral place of one's broad spiritual life, just as the introduction to the Eckankar 1 Discourses by Harold Klemp hides the truth that you get more out of the spiritual exercises of Eck than you could from the secret discourses. Here implies the same thing about working harmony into life via dreams, but we know that we can use our dreams to find harmony between us and the physical vehicle we inhabit without any Mahanta as an intercessor even existing. A person is put together artfully out of different things. Dreams do help us understand the depths and layers of being. Dream study can continue to yield new information for the rest of your life, but ultimately the reason why the information in the discourses is spread out involves the diluted content typical of Eckankar writings. Those who have read my commentaries on the Eck works may have noticed that I have to draw from other material to even make what I say on the addressed issues even a tenth of the length of the discourses. The purpose of Eckankar interpretation of dreams is to form a bond between the Chela, Eckankar initiate, and Mahanta, the human head of Eckankar, as if they were interacting in person. Is that something you wish to convince yourself of? The Mahanta teaches by example. In reality, by sharing from letters to him and other readings. Every other grandfather does it just as well, I think. There is no need to regard someone as a prophet, give them an extreme expense account, treat them as a powerful god, and help them acquire millions of dollars for it. It is okay to admit that dreaming isn't time travel, and the only human that can make you dream is yourself. I should have known I wrote myself. The story on pages 126 to 128 of the Eckankar 1 Discourses by Harold Klemp seems to be an example of seemingly blind obedience against all better judgment. The claim attached to it was that Harold Klemp, or Wazi, gave two people the experience of watching the first of the Knights Templar train their horses by the command of a trainer. This step-by-step instruction was compared to the gradual release of information by the master of Eckankar on page 127, I would think most people know that skill, wealth, and power tend to be things that build up in individuals and organizations rather than being usually just acquired. When unquestioned obedience, despite personal objections to some ways, works out in one area, does it work in another where one doesn't know the outcome? The Knights Templar surely grew till Friday the 13th in 1307. We know Philip the Fair was their enemy, but who is the enemy and the battlefield of the two Eckists mentioned on page 128? It is a Buddhist enemy of the 5 passions of mind. They are, well, I'm going to have to stop here. Barak Bashad. And blessings be.